You're gonna have to say no more. There's no way around it. Fellas, gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Everybody is fighting for your attention and time. Everybody. And what I've noticed along my journey is as I grow and as I start to outgrow my old paradigm, outgrow my self-image like I always talk to you guys about, as I get better, as I shed and I grow and I evolve, what you're gonna notice is this strange phenomena. It feels like as you grow, as your frequency is rising, people just want to be around you. People just try to talk to you, try to randomly call you and just get back in your life. You'll notice that, people start to reach back out to you again after years, and then seemingly everybody just wants a piece of you and a piece of your time. That's one clear sign that you're elevating, that your vibration is rising, that you're becoming that of which you sought. And you're going to have to learn how to say no a lot more often. I used to be so given of my time. I didn't value myself that much. But as you start to value yourself, fellas, you're going to have to say no way more than you say yes. You're going to have to say no your way to the top. Because as you start to level up, gentlemen, what you're going to notice and start to exude is that your time is valuable. Your energy is so valuable. Your attention is so valuable. And you can't afford to give it away cheaply. This is going to look like, you know what? I'm good. I don't have to go on a date this weekend. Nah, I'm good. I got to get this done. I got to put in work to get this done. Fellas, recently, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I haven't even been talking to family like that. There's certain seasons where I'm so dialed in that I might not, I'm not, sad to say it, like I might not talk to my mom for like 4 or 5 days. And for me, that's a big deal because I talk to my mom and dad every day. I love my parents. I love my family. And, like they'll get angry sometimes, but when I'm in a certain mind state of just really building, I don't want to talk to anybody. And so that's just on a smaller scale. But you're going to have to say no, fellas. That's the honest truth. So many of you guys, somebody calls you, you answer right then and there. You got to text back, right? You got to give them your time. And then by the time you notice it, the day is gone and you haven't really poured into yourself. You've poured into everybody else, but you left your cup empty. And how are you going to get to where you want to get to if you're not pouring into yourself? There's going to be certain seasons where you have to be selfish. Selfish has this negative connotation to it, but in reality, it means serving yourself first. And you're going to have to serve yourself first in order to give to the world, in order to serve, right? You got to say no, fellas. You got to say no to the past versions of yourself in order to grow. You see, I talk to you guys so much about paradigm, self-image, the subconscious mind, and your identity as men. The truth is, if you want to grow, you're going to have to kill the old version of you. That's the God's honest truth. You're going to have to kill that version. Now, the old version of you might have got you to where you are right now, and that's fantastic, right? But the old version of you is not equipped to go to where you're going. I'm different than from where I was 6 months ago. I'm different from where I was 2 months ago. And 2 months from now, I'm going to be unrecognizable. As you gentlemen strive and grow and push tooth and nail, you're going to have to say no to a lot. Oftentimes, it's not about what you gain in life, it's what you remove. Because I guarantee you, on a man's heroic journey, it's a lot easier when you got less weight on you. It's a lot easier when you just got that one little bag and a canteen of water and you're trying, I promise you, as opposed to having all this shit on top of you as you're trying to fucking crawl. And saying no can be painful and it could be scary and it could be isolating. You start to say no to people and then perhaps somebody starts to look at you and say, oh, you're Hollywood, you're acting different. Of course I'm acting different. Do you expect me to stay the same? I don't want to be the same. I want to be great. And to be great, fellas, prepare for agony, prepare for strife, but also prepare for triumph. Now, there's a way to say no without pushing everybody outside of your life. This is where we start to implement balance, right? Maybe you say no during the weekdays, but on the weekends you have a little bit of fun, right? I'm not telling you guys to just deny everybody that wants to speak to you or see you, but as a man, when you're really building, fellas, listen to me. Nobody's gonna come to save you. So if you get invited to go somewhere, you don't have to go. If you don't got the money, you ain't gotta go. If you don't have the mental bandwidth, you don't have to go. Because when you need help, oftentimes as a man, what you're gonna notice is that ain't nobody gonna help you. Most people aren't even in position to help you. So you gotta be selfish and say no. You gotta guard your energy and protect your energy. I'm so selfish with my time now. It's damn near impossible to get me on the phone. It's damn near impossible to just get me out, because I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm building, and all of my energy is allocated towards what I've got going on. And the truth is, fellas, that's just what it has to be sometimes. You have to say no. You can't keep saying yes. Like I said before, you're going to have to be ruthless with your time. And most guys, they give in. I get it, fellas. You want to go out. You want to have fun. Damn, I'm working so hard, man. Can I just go out and enjoy my life, Dud? I don't want to be a recluse. I don't want to be in the crib. Okay, that's cool. But when people are outpacing you because they're focusing the majority of their attention on their goals, and there's a leakage in your life to where you're allocating energy here that you could be putting there, I'm just saying, fellas, you have to be crazy. To really try to achieve something great, you have to be selfish. You have to be crazy. You have to be maniacal. I'm sorry. That's the only way. If you want to be an anomaly, if you want to be abnormal, you have to do the opposite of what normal people do. In this case, most people are just so giving with their time. Obviously, with the important people in our lives, I won't go longer than 4 or 5 days without talking to my mom and dad, right? That's a priority. But, hey, I might miss some calls. Unfortunately, sometimes when you're building something big, your family might suffer along the path. You might have to detach. You might have to go into dark zero mode, right? Oftentimes, on the road to greatness, a man's family suffers. That's just the truth. You look at all these greats that spoke about, how they got to where they got to and how much sacrifice had to be, implemented within their personal lives. It's not easy, fellas. It's not easy. But that's the reason you want it, isn't it? You want the good life. That's not easy. A lot of us say that we want a certain quality of life. Unbeknownst to us, we don't know what it's going to take. It takes the little days, the little hours in between the days, the little minutes where you're doubting yourself and thoughts are coming up and you have to restabilize yourself and say, nah, man, look, I'm going to feel this temporary pain right now of not going out to the club with my boys this weekend so that I can do what they can't do a year from now. That's just how it is. What I've realized as I've gotten older is the more I say no, the better my life gets. The more you say no to things that don't serve you and the more you say yes to the things that do, you'll wake up one day and you'll be unrecognizable. You'll wake up one day and you'll look around and be like, how is this my life? All I had to do was just delay gratification a little bit longer. Nah, I'm not going to go spend money on this. I'm not going to go spend money on that. I'm going to cut back a little bit. I'm going to do this because I know where I'm going. I have to say no to the instant, to the right now, so that I can experience that later. And that's real maturity. That's how visionaries think. We're present right now as we're taking these actions, but it ain't just about the right now. We can already see 5, 6, 7, 8 steps ahead. That's the point of a visionary. That's the point of head, right? A boss. And that shit ain't easy because that's off the beaten path. Like, everybody isn't able to travel that path. But you gentlemen are working on being leaders, trailblazers, spearheaders, right? Oftentimes that's what it takes, fellas. And what you're going to notice is that the more that you respect your time, the more people respect you because you're scarce. You're not easily accessible. People always want what they can't have. The second you start respecting yourself and taking back your time, that's when, everybody want to call you now. But when you were just giving out your time like that, oh, damn, I can't do this tonight. I can't do that. Da 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 da. But that you disappear for a little while and you're working on yourself. Hey man, what happened to? He's like, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes, fellas. So you guys got to get real clear on what you want, man, and start valuing your time more and say no. Look at yourself like a boss. Look at yourself like the best version of yourself. When you wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., that's a certain amount of thousands of dollars. That's how you have to look at yourself. From 8 a.m. to 9:30, that was 3K. Am I just going to give that 3K away? From 12 p.m. to 2, that was this amount of money. My time is so valuable that I can't just give it away. I have my entire life scheduled, fellas. From the time I get up, my calendar is going up. Ding, 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 ding. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing, fellas. Down to the time that I call my parents, I have it on my calendar. 7 p.m., call parents. You have to move with brevity and structure. I hope you guys don't think that you're going to get to the mountaintop without any structure. And that's the issue. I know that was the issue for me. I had all the ambition and drive in the world, but I had no clarity and no direction and no structure. So I was just spinning my wheels. I was spinning my wheels doing a burnout. Burning down the tire to the nub, to the rim. Ambition is not enough, fellas. You're going to have to get clarity. You're going to have to get structure. You're going to have to say no. You're going to have to say no. Ambition is just the fuel. But without the tires, without the steering wheel, you're not going in the right direction. So you're fueled up, you're charged up, you're hungry, but you're not going nowhere. You got to say no. I say no every day. No. I'm quick to say no. Because when you say no to one thing, you're saying yes to another thing. You just got to know how to choose wisely. What are you saying yes to right now in your life that's not serving you? Let's get real honest, fellas. I think you know. I think you know what it is that you're saying yes to. Are you pleasing yourself to erotic websites? Huh? What are you saying yes to? Are you, spending more money than you need to be right now? Huh? Is your budget out of whack? Are you financially responsible and stable? What are you saying yes to? Are you engaging in other nefarious activities? Are you smoking too much? Are you drinking too much? Huh? You said you wanted to be lean, but you can't put down the cookies. You can't put down the chips. But Dud, I work hard, man. Why can't I just enjoy life? It ain't time for that, brother. You said you wanted to be great. I think you gentlemen really struggle with understanding what greatness means. People like to throw around the term being great. Guys will watch all these motivational videos. They'll scroll on YouTube Shorts and get charged up again, fueled up. No structure, no clarity. What are you saying yes to? Huh? What are you denying yourself when you say yes to these things? Are you in the exact shape you want to be in? Are you where you want to be financially? Are you where you want to be spiritually? What are you saying yes to that's holding you back spiritually? Are you controlling yourself emotionally as a man? Are you controlling yourself sexually as a man? Where are you giving your energy at? What are these little pockets of spaces and times that you're giving your energy to that's holding you back? Fellas, this life is real simple. We make it complex. You see, nothing is inherently good or bad until we compare it and give it meaning. I just lost my brother last year on my birthday. Is that bad? Is that good? I don't know. Did it break my heart? Yes. Did I cry? Absolutely. Am I still mourning my brother? Abso-fucking-lutely. I do not deny that. I have been burying myself in my work to distract myself. Is that healthy? I don't think so. It is what it is, though. It's a part of my journey, and I'm dealing with it. So I don't have time to be saying yes to everybody. I'm saying yes to myself and to my journey. And you need to say yes to your journey. What are you giving access to that doesn't deserve you? You see, If you were truly in alignment with the man that you needed to be, you would be there. You would be experiencing what you say you want. That's the honest truth, fellas. We need to take a real good look at ourselves and just be honest. You're not doing the necessary. And you know you're not. You're not the man you need to be. And you know that. You know that. You're a fraction of who you need to be. And just admit it. And once you admit it, at least from there you can start building from that. But if you keep on denying it and lying to yourself and saying, no, I am that guy, when you're not, again, tires are spinning, running out of fuel though. And once you run out of fuel, now you crash. Now it's a domino effect. Now you go back to doing all of the little vices and things that you were doing. Oh, I know you well, brother. Trust me. I know. I know. Fuel and ambition. Okay, cool. You're ambitious. Okay, you might be doing okay for yourself. I'm doing all right, Dud. I'm making decent money. I'm doing my thing. I'm hustling. I take care of myself. Yeah, I'm in the gym. I'm doing my thing. Uh-oh. You know what I call that? I call that an ambitious cycle of going through the motions. You see, there's some guys that are just so unfulfilled in life that they just go through the motions that are below average. And then you have the man that's ambitious, that got a little something going for himself, but he's just maintaining. Yeah, I go to the gym. Yeah, I take care of myself. I go to my job, got a little bit of money, have a little fun. Uh-oh. Trotting in mental purgatory. You think you got it all figured out, but deep down, when you get back home alone, when you get in the shower and that water's running on you, fuck, we gotta go harder. We gotta go harder. Yeah, you say you gotta go harder, but when it comes time to go harder, guess what? You still buying the snacks. You still buying the cookies, so you're not as lean as you said you wanted to be. You're still overspending, so you're not managing your money like the best version of you would. Oh, you're still riding that 6, so you're not fucking the baddest chicks like you know you want to. Oh, yeah. You're a fraud. And that's the honest truth. You're a complete phony. And you don't want what you say you want. Why? Because you self-sabotage. And you prolong things. And you make any excuse in the book for you to just take a day off and relax a little bit because you deserve it, don't you? Oh, you deserve it, huh? Motherfucker, you deserve it when you make it. You ain't did shit yet. We got a lot of work to do, fellas. We ain't make it yet. Humble thyself. Niggas think they made it because you make a couple 6 figures. It's not about the money. It's not about the women or the status or any of the material things that this world will try to make you think it's about. It's about the process. It's about the journey. It's about you growing and experiencing this beautiful life that we have. Serving, becoming the best version of yourself every day through your efforts and actions. It's about the sweat on your brow, the enjoyment of the sweat. Once you get to the place where you enjoy the work, you enjoy sweating, you enjoy pushing, and you become a maniac because you understand that to live it is to suffer. And at the end of suffering, you find the meaning, you find the purpose, you find clarity. That's what it's about. Because then all this shit was worth it. All this shit had a purpose. All the times you doubted yourself had a meaning. All the chaos had a meaning. All the pain, all the betrayal, all the loss, all of the agony, the strife. When from the outside looking in, everybody think you got it all figured out, huh? But you know, you know, you hanging on by your pinky. And you about to fall over that cliff. You got to say no. Get back up. Every single time without exception. Oh, you know, this life is a war, like I said. And you may lose some battles, my brother. And you know what? That's okay. But you got to have the grand perspective of getting up and saying, I'm going to win this war. And I dare you to come take it from me. Because I will devote my life to defeating you. And when you devote your life to being great and defeating the enemy, whatever your battle is, whatever your enemy is that you're fighting, it could be yourself. Surprise. You're going to have to say no.